Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast on a mission to change the way the world eats. Guys, my name is Shurina. I'm a certified nutritionist, nutrition, health, productivity coach. I help people to learn how to use nutrition as a tool to change the way we look, feel, and do our work. Because nutrition, guys, we are built of what we put on our plate. And what we put on our plate really changes absolutely everything about ourselves and our life experiences. Today is going to be a shorter episode, and I just wanted to share with you a couple of takeaways that came up while I was recording a podcast with an amazing guest, Roger Snipes. He is known in physique world or world of fitness modeling and similar to bodybuilding, but a little bit different category. I'm not going to bore you with details, but we talked a lot about nutrition and body and health transformations. And so these things came up and I wanted to share them with you because they are important for you to set up better eating habits for life. So you naturally eat better and understand a little bit better how your brain and your gut, they work together to change the way you eat and, on autopilot without you thinking about it or making decisions. And in our busy lives, the thing is, guys, why a lot of people struggle with eating healthier, because most of us are so busy and overwhelmed with life already that we don't have time to dig that deep into our eating habits and nutrition and the aspects of every single food we put on our plate. I'm a nutritionist. That's my job. I have the time, but most of you do not have the time. So you need the practical stuff, right? The stuff that you can do without much thinking about it. So let's get to practical stuff and additional knowledge that will help you to make better choices in a simple, really fast way. So number one, it's kind of a concept that you want to understand, that when we used to have just the natural foods without flavorings or, aroma of vanilla or strawberry, a cookie or ice cream can taste and smell like strawberry even more than strawberry does, or some milkshake or some white chocolate, like before there wasn't such a thing. There was just, cacao products and chocolate as a whole thing. But anyhow, our brain used to have this connection between a flavor of food and certain nutritional profile. So if we ate strawberries, when we ate strawberries back in the times when everything was natural, that thing that tasted like strawberry was only strawberry. And so the aroma of strawberry was linked to certain nutrition, like a lot of vitamin C and thousands of different plant compounds and antioxidants, right? So we tasted strawberry and our brain knew what was about what you we're about to get nutrition wise, right? These days you eat, let's say, strawberry ice cream and it tastes like strawberry intensely, but it has no nutrition of a strawberry. And so in the brain, there was a map previously in human beings who lived in a world where there was nothing artificial and everything was real, was whole food. So we lived in this world and our brain had a very simple map. Okay, so this tastes like strawberry and it has nutrition of strawberry. It tastes like, meat and it is meat. So today we live in a world where anything can taste like strawberry and beans can be made to taste like meat, right? And so this map in our brain between flavor and nutrition, it got completely messed up. And that's why, guys, we don't crave the foods for nutrition that much anymore. And we often crave the wrong thing, that thing that does not work for our health, for our well-being. And it's not that the brain got stupid. It just, the brain got confusing information. There is no consistency. You can consume something that tastes sweet, but it's not going to have any calories of sweet stuff because it was some artificial sweetener. You could consume something that tastes like almonds intensely, but there is no nutrition of an almond because there was some almond flavor or essential oil. Right? You can eat some bean burger and it would taste like meat, but there is no meat in it. And so the connection again between flavor and nutrition is broken now, is messed up in our brain. And we crave the wrong things. We do not crave the right things. And that's why we feel like we don't have this intuitive eating skill anymore. Because of that, again, it's our brain didn't get any stupider or more stupid. Instead, we give our brain confusing information. And so if you guys want to eliminate cravings, you probably want to stick with whole foods only for a month, maybe a couple of months, and then introduce foods with artificially changed flavors and artificial compounds on a more rare basis. So most of your foods, they should taste and be real thing. And I used to have a lot of cravings for all the different things, and now I don't anymore. I took an entire year of my life actually when I decided I'm just going to eat whole foods. There's going to be nothing that is flavored or enhanced or in whichever way. And now when I crave something, it's usually strawberries or blueberries or eggs or salmon. Yeah, guys, or Brussels sprouts. Your cravings can actually be that precise once your maps are restored, once your brain gets consistent information about the flavor and nutrition. And the important piece of this is consistency of information. So when you eat, let's say, Brussels sprouts, they are Brussels sprouts. When you eat meat, it is meat. When you eat fish, it is fish. When you eat strawberry, it is strawberry. When you eat banana, it's banana, not banana flavored milkshake or banana flavored protein shakes. You know, bananas do not have a lot of protein. And so when we consume protein bar or protein shake that tastes like banana, it's really confusing. Now your brain might crave bananas because it wants protein, but of course you will eat banana or something else banana flavored, and so your brain gets nothing that it needs, right? And if you want to rewire your craving system and start craving intuitively things that are needed in your body, that are good for you, then again, at least for a month, I would recommend much longer for most people, like half a year. Just stick to whole foods. Do not restrict necessarily calories or carbs or fats or anything. Just eat whole foods and buy them, cook from them. When you are at a restaurant or any place outside, get whole foods. And with as little dressings or sauces as possible, because those also have different flavor enhancers and different substances that make the food taste different or change its nutritional composition. Another aspect of that is our gut has also sensors, not just our tongue. And so, for example, if you eat meat with some ketchup that has different flavors in it and added sugars, mod ketchup, for example, do have added sugars. They might not necessarily taste sweet, but your gut will know that there is sweet stuff in it. That's actually one of the hacks that a lot of food companies use. They will introduce sugar and sweeteners into different snacks and products, but even savory ones, like salty ones. But of course, the flavor of that sweetness is going to be hidden behind all the other, spicy stuff or salty stuff, but your gut will still know that the sugar is there. And because our gut is especially sensitive to sugary stuff, it senses, its fuel, we will crave more of that stuff just because it had added sugar, even though sometimes we just don't taste it all that much with all the other mixed in flavors. So the point is, when you decide to eat out, minimize or make natural all the dressings and sauces. So for example, if you decide to eat salad outside, opt out for salt, lime or lemon juice, olive oil, instead of some dressing where they can put so many things, and probably they will put like flavor enhancers and different aromatic substances. So go for simplicity. And if you need help with what is okay on that restoring your brain cravings system and what is not such a great idea, please do reach out, because I read probably around like 3-4 books written by food scientists and PhDs about how we develop a sense of craving, and also how our taste receptors work in our mouth and all along our digestive tract, right? We have taste receptors not just in our mouth, but actually all along our digestive tract, in our gut, in our stomach. And I understand it a little bit more than an average nutritionist, and definitely more than average human being who does not study nutrition as their livelihood, as their profession. So today, guys, I want you to understand that if you want to eat intuitively, you first need to take the crap out, literally. You first need to do this experiment for at least a month, but I would really recommend you to go for a couple, 3 months, probably half a year if the situation is really bad with cravings being all over the place, and just eat whole foods. You don't need to go low carb or keto or vegan. Actually, if you go vegan, you're probably gonna eat the most artificially flavored stuff, because there are all these kind of vegan meats and snacks that taste like chicken or beef or fish. The thing that I never understood, if you decided to go vegan, why do you want your things to taste like meat? Like, I mean, in the transitional period, I guess, but other than that, like, if you decided to go vegan, eat your beans and vegetables and make them taste like beans and vegetables, right? Eat tofu and spice it up with natural substances like turmeric or Italian herbs and spices, or whatever your favorite spice and herb is. The point is using natural stuff where nutrition and flavor match each other. And that's how you restore your intuitive eating ability. And humans, just like any other animal, guys, you look at the animals in the wild, they do intuitive eating just fine. The cow, sheep will find everything they need roaming around the field because they only eat real stuff. Well, I guess, modern cows, if they are factory grown, they also kind of messed up, but then you see it, they sick and they die from different infections and diseases faster, right? In the wild, animals know exactly where to find what they need, and it's not because they're smarter, it's because they eat real stuff. And the same will happen to us as human animals. Once we start connecting back real flavors with real nutrition, then we learn how to eat intuitively on autopilot again, and then your body maintenance, your health maintenance get so much easier, guys. You're gonna crave what you need and what benefits you, not what your brain thinks might benefit you, like a strawberry flavored ice cream. Maybe your brain needs vitamin C, but in ice cream you get 0, unless it's some artificially fortified ice cream, right? So get back to real foods. If you need help with learning what real foods are, please reach out. Also share this episode with another person who might be struggling with cravings and improving their eating habits. Like, I eat the wrong thing all the time. Like, how do I change that? How do I eat better intuitively? So share this episode with them. There is the answer, the actual skill for them to practice. And it's not even that complicated once you start practicing it for a week or two. And it also can be delicious and nutritious. It's not boring. You can use natural herbs and spices. I'm a huge fan of all kinds of natural herbs and spices, and using things like lemon juices or again, different herbs, fresh and dried, and different spices from around the world to make my food flavorful. It just all natural, like it comes in nature. If I have my curry spices, there is turmeric in it and a whole bunch of other natural spices coming from plants. So to cut the long story short, if you want to learn how to eat intuitively, then the journey, the path to that is eliminating all the artificially flavored and sweetened and in other way changed crap, and get back to real foods. I'll learn how to make them flavorful in a natural way and do that for a while. And then at some point you're like, wow, I do crave blueberries all of a sudden, or I do crave eggs or broccoli, and I truly feel like that's exactly what my body needs. That's what's going to happen to you guys. So restore this food maps between flavor and nutrition in your brain, and start eating intuitively in a very, very simple way. That's it for today, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. We have another 2 episodes this week, one of which is going to be guest episode, Roger Snipes, and he's going to share how he built his world-class physique and how he used his mind as his primary tool. A lot of amazing takeaways there. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for tomorrow too. It's another surprise episode. And till next time, as usual, guys, eat better daily.